Hi, I'm Pam and I'm here to talk about video games. Today I'm talking about the newest game from the developers of the most difficult Metroidvania I've ever played. It's Summum Aeterna. Though it's been available in early access since last year, Summum Aeterna was officially released for PC and consoles in September 2023. I played this on Xbox Series X with a key provided by the developer. This is an action roguelite from Aeternum Game Studios that takes place in the same world with the same protagonist as 2021's Aeterna Noctis. You play the King of Darkness, an immortal locked in a constant battle with the Queen of Light. There's not much of a story in this game, you're mainly just trying to show all the kingdom how big and strong you are. And you do this by jumping into a number of worlds to vanquish foes, collect upgrades, and make it as far as you can before you die. I've gotten sucked into a number of roguelikes like Dead Cells, Rogue Legacy, and Hades, though the repetition aspect tends to turn me off. I'll often see a game and think, ooh, that looks neat, and then, oh, it's a roguelike. So this game was a bit of a tough sell. However, it does a lot of things that makes death less punishing and made me always feel like I was making progress. The game starts with a brief introduction to the main gameplay mechanics. They'll be familiar. You can double jump, dash, and stomp, making the platforming fun and smooth. There are traps like spikes and occasional electricity, but overall the platforming isn't the biggest challenge. You have a basic weapon attack along with a special for each type of weapon. With the sword, you can throw it and either recall it or teleport to it. It doesn't take too long for two other weapon types to be introduced, a scythe and pistols. Each weapon plays quite differently and has their own strengths and weaknesses. I loved the addition of pistols since I like attacking from range, though its auto-aim sometimes made targeting a specific enemy difficult. I ended up appreciating the scythe with its special execute ability the more I played. Combat does take a little getting used to, but I really liked how touching enemies doesn't damage you, only their targeted attacks, which are well telegraphed. As you go through the levels, you'll find shops where you can buy new weapons as well as gems to slot into those weapons, giving a wide array of different bonuses, like adding damage over time effects or freezing enemies. Treasure chests contain gold, possible health, and other goodies. The more you play, the more things will open up. Each location has 2 different levels, ending with a boss fight, before you're warped to a new zone to tackle. When you complete 4 zones, you'll be taken to the final boss. This game includes an incredible amount of ways to equip yourself, level up, and change the world you're tackling. Plus, there's a ton to collect. I felt like I was constantly unlocking new things. The hub area is where you return after each run and get to play with all the goodies you discovered in the dungeon. You can visit your abode to deal with all of the equipment you found, equip things that give set bonuses, level up gear in both level and rarity. You can forge new weapon types or skins. You can upgrade each category of weapons and test them out on a test dummy. There are 7 different types of currency that can be used for a variety of different upgrades that will make you stronger as you go. Every run, even the really bad ones, left me with something to upgrade in the town. One of the most unique things is the seed system. You use seeds to, well, seed each world. Different types start you in different zones and give you a balance of buffs both to yourself and your enemies. Some of them add special effects to the world, like adding arcane cards, which can help or hurt you when triggered, or the Will of Kings, which lets you greatly upgrade your weapons. You can fuse seeds together and alter their effects as well. I really liked the seed system because it kept things fresh. Unlike most games of this genre, I wasn't always working through the same levels in the exact same order. Changing it up made things feel much less repetitive. The levels are also very beautiful and there's a lot of variety in the environments. You'll see everything from a bright outdoorsy area that looks like Venice to something that could be out of Castlevania, or areas that make you think of the cosmos. The more I played Summum Aeterna, the more I enjoyed it. After I beat the final boss for the first time, even more types of levels and difficulties opened up, and no run was ever the same. The combat took a little getting used to, but once I did, I really liked trying out the different weapons and learning how to ascend them to power them up. Playing roulette with death added some interest as he cursed you until you fulfilled certain conditions to receive a buff later on. Navigating your way through dungeons was also quick and convenient, as you can teleport to any special room at any time. I do have some complaints about the game. I find the writing and characters rather insufferable. I think it's going for funny, but not really pulling it off. There's not a ton of dialogue, just when a new mechanic is introduced, but I didn't really like reading any of it. Also, from a usability perspective, there are just so many mechanics and proper nouns, all of the various currencies and effects in the dungeons, and if you forget anything from when it's first introduced, there's not really a way to get a reminder. Sometimes I found myself spending currency to level up my chance of obtaining a hoax in a dungeon and not really having any idea what a hoax even was. Some kind of glossary, not to mention the ability to see or change controller bindings, would have been nice. The sheer amount of things to collect and upgrade, and the variation in every single run, makes Summum Aeterna a lot of fun and a lot less repetitive than games in this genre can seem. It's not perfect, but it is a very pretty package that sure scratches that itch for incremental progression. If you want to see more, go check out my review of Aeterna Noctis or another of my videos. I have a Patreon if you want to support my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.